Hello, good morning, and welcome to Cricket Country's live analysis of the fourth day's play in the first session between India and England. What we got to see was another dominant session by India, in which they picked out at least 3 English wickets and did not allow them to put a strong lead on the board. Especially a very strong performance, which was expected from their lower order. Josh Butler fell for 18 runs. Gareth Batty could not score any run. He was dismissed for duck on his seventh ball. Joe Root batted very hard. He scored 78 runs, but a brilliant catch by Jinkar Rahane. One-handed effort from the left hand actually ended his stay at the crease. But the current situation of the match is England are ahead by 22 runs, but they do not have a lot of batting depth. Haseeb Hamid is batting on 13 runs off 88 balls. He was always expected to spend time with the wicket, drop the anchor, but not lead the run scoring. And with him batting is Chris Woakes. What should be England's approach second test going into the second session, given the fact that they do not have a lot of batting left and they need at least 100 runs or 150 runs, which I will give.
They just need to remain out. See, I mean, for that matter, Chris Woakes, I think between Chris Woakes and Adil Rashid, they have close to 20 first-class hundreds, and I mean, both of them are very capable of batting. They can rely on Haseeb Hamid to stay at the wicket. They need to remain optimistic and look at the 150 mark, which is going to be very difficult from here. But still, that is what they can hope. They can take some inspiration out of how the Indian lower order batted. I mean, Jayant, Ashwin and Jadeja, all of them got crucial 50s. So that is what they can hope right now. And looking ahead, I mean, it's India's game. They have dominated this session as well. But particularly, I am very disappointed with the way Charles Butler approached this particular inning. So it's looking good in the last inning, but he threw it away. And I don't get the fact that what was the hurry to score those runs, that there was the fielder at the wicket. It was a needless score.
This is something which we have seen, which is developing a trend whenever the teams are doing India. They are indecisive. They are not deciding what kind of approach they want to take while playing, especially while batting. We saw New Zealand in the 3-match series. One time, sometimes they'll be defending, sometimes they'll be coming out hitting, trying to be aggressive, and that is what England tried doing today. In the second test, they tried dead batting everything. Joe Root and Haseeb Hamid and Alistair Cook are the best men to do that. They did it for about 50 overs or so. But after that, they collapsed. Right now, what we got to see was Haseeb Hamid. He has faced for 88 balls. He scored only 13 runs. But others have tried scoring runs and have paid the price. So, is this indecisiveness, not able to derive a particular approach to make runs in India, is what is killing the purpose for England and even the other teams during India?
I think it's the lack of temperament, and the other fact, I think sometimes individuals are hostile to that. Thinking that offense is the best way to defend against the Indian spinners if you do not have the right technique.
Okay.
So probably I think Josh Butler fell into that category. Having said so, I mean Joe Root was very impressive. We know Joe Root is also an attacking batsman. He likes to get the scoreboard moving, but he knew what was the need of the hour and he played according to the situation. And if you see it took a stunning catch, very good bowling from Ravindra Jadeja to dismiss him. In the same over, there were 2 deliveries which pitched and they straightened. One of them was the typical flat Jadeja delivery, and then the third one was outside off stump. It was flighted and it spun, and Root fell in the trap. So it was we have to credit Jadeja and Rahane for completing that wicket. Otherwise, Root could have been the batsman who could have taken England to that 160 marks.
Correct. It was a massive wicket from the Indian perspective, but from the English perspective, it was unlucky because a very good ball was delivered, and Rahane he put off a catch, which was very chancy because he made a one-handed effort to collect the ball. That was about Joe Root. Josh Butler played a false shot. Let's talk about a little bit about Haseeb Hamid. He did not know how to bat yesterday because he suffered an injury to his finger, but he is in batting brilliantly, and he was always expected to spend time at the wicket, drop the anchor, not allow the Indian bowlers to capitalize on him, and that is what he has done so far. It's a big learning for the young batsman.
He has done that, but I am a bit surprised that why did it take around an hour and a half for Virat Kohli to introduce Ashwin
Ashwin, correct.
in the bowling. And in the very first over, he created a chance which Parthiv Patel unfortunately could not grab. It was Hamid. Because Hamid has this problem. He has not been picking Ashwin's long ones, and he's been falling in the trap. So I was a bit surprised. I would have expected Ashwin to come in much earlier than he did. We have a question from Vishal Prasad. He says, "What do you think when this game is going to end?"
Vishal, we were expecting the game to end sometime in the first session itself because England had not shown any gumption at all to carry the game further, to bat long and to challenge India's authority. But what has happened so far is Joe Root and Hasim Hamid, they took a lot of time to add around 40, 50 odd runs, which they have added for England, which actually took England past India's lead of 134 runs. England do not have many runs on the board. They are just ahead by 22 runs, which is as good as nothing because you need to have at least 150 to challenge India in the fourth innings. Fourth innings, mentally it is always going to be very, very challenging because fourth inning it is always going to be mentally challenging because the pitch will start turning. There will be some amount of the odd ball will form, so probably keep low. That is what has been happening in the game so far. So keeping this in mind, England did bat well, but a lot was expected from the likes of Josh Butler and even now Chris Woakes, since he'll be batting and he will be expected to get some big strokes, isn't it?
Yes, he will, but late. He's quite capable of that. He's a more than decent batsman. Somebody who averages over 30 in Test cricket, averages around 37, I believe, in first class cricket. So, they will like to. England will like to believe that they still have some batting to come, and they will look for that 150 mark. I think, which is again going to be very difficult, but let's hope. We get to see some more fight from this English side.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Vishal has again asked that will India promote some lower order batsmen in fourth innings?
There is no need to do that, Vishal, because you have a settled batting lineup. It is a blessing in disguise to have one more lower order batsman who can put down, who can keep the opposition out there on the field for a very long time, which is Jayant Yadav. He batted very, very well. So let these guys be there who can bail India out in trouble if the middle order collapses. We already have Murali Vijay going through slight rough patch. We'll have to watch how Parthiv Patel goes about his job with the bat in the second innings. Ajinkya Rahane has been in poor form, so let's not disturb the batting order. India will want their informed batsmen. If at all they have to chase a big total, which is not yet expected. They will want their top order batsmen like Pujara, Vijay, and even Virat Kohli to do the job for them. This is one thing. This is where we are right now. But I also want to discuss a little bit about Parthiv Patel. That one particular dropped catch of Haseeb Hamid. That was a very crucial juncture because when they started going, when they started building that partnership, it started appearing that England will actually be able to take a big lead because Joe Root was leading the run scoring and Haseeb Hamid was dead batting in this thing. Parthiv Patel's dropped catch, his third split catch in the match, still does not help him cement his position in the side.
No, not as a keeper, definitely. We know this for the fact that if Redhiman Saha is back, if he's fit, then definitely he comes in the side. But what Parthiv has done, Parthiv has batted well, and we are not even sure. We are not yet sure that if KL Rahul will be fit for the next game, and Parthiv can still make it to the side as an opening batsman, and Saha can keep wickets. But having said so, I think it will be a bit harsh on Parthiv because these surfaces are not very wicket keeper friendly, basically because the turn, the bounce, that does not help you. So. But yeah, he's making a comeback, and I think that was a regulation catch.
Correct. That was a regulation catch. We can see that. There is a bit of a injury update on Hardik Pandya. He's been around the Indian side, but not in contention for selection. He has been ruled out for at least 6 weeks. He has suffered a hairline fracture on the right shoulder, so he will probably be missing the entire Test series against England. This is all we have.
We just take another last question from Ashish.
Yeah.
He asked why Jayant is underused by Virat.
I don't think Jayant is underused by Virat. In fact, it was very, very surprising to see Virat Kohli not using Ravichandran Ashwin. faster, because England were tottering at 78 for 4 when they started off the day. India would have put more pressure on them by taking early wickets and putting his best bowlers in use, and Ashwin is definitely among them. So by not starting with Ashwin, it was certainly a surprising use. But Jayant is definitely not underused. It's just that Virat Kohli has still some amount of infatuation left with his fast bowlers. They have been producing a lot of good deliveries, a lot of good results as well. So far so good. India have been taking weight. That is all that matters. So probably this is why. I don't think there has been any underuse. So this is all we have for right now. England are ahead by say, 22 runs, but they are down 7 wickets. They just have 3 wickets left in their hands. Hasib Hamid is batting on 13. Chris Wokes is batting on 1. Wokes will be expected to lead the run scoring because Hasib Hamid is the one who can provide the stability, not exactly a counter-attacking innings, which is what the need of the hour is for England. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back after the second session's play on the fourth day.